Well, in this video, we'll talk about multiples, and I hope by the end of the video you know how to answer the question, what is a multiple of a number? So we'll just start off with some simple definition questions, and then we'll move on to work on more mathematical questions. So the question says, which of the following is the definition of a multiple? And number one is it the remainder when a number is divided by another? Nope, it is not. This is just the definition of a remainder. Is it a number that divides into another number and leaves no remainder? Well, it is not. In fact, this is the definition of a factor, so this is not correct. Is it the result of dividing a number by another? And again, that is not correct. This is a quotient by definition. And then 4, is it the result of the product between one number and another? And in fact, yes, this is the correct answer. Here's an example. Multiples of 2 are, you have 2 itself, because 2 is 2 times 1. You have 4, because 4, this is 2 times 2. You have 6, because this is 2 times 3. You have 8, this is 2 times 4. So basically, a multiple is the product between one number and another. And in this case, it's just a product between 2 and each of these numbers. Okay, so this is what defines a multiple. It is just the result of the product between a number and another. Okay, good. So the question is, which of the following is a multiple of 3? Well, the easiest way to go through this is if you can just like quickly identify which one is a multiple of 3, you're good. Otherwise, you should just do the 3 times table. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21, 3 times 8 is 24, 3 times 9 is 27. So I've covered all the numbers on the screen, and the one that appears in the times table for 3 is 18. So we say that 18 is a multiple of 3. So this is the correct answer. Okay. So the question is, which of the following is a multiple of 7? Well, if you can quickly pick it up, good for you. But if not, you just try and create that times table for 7. So 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 2 is 14, 7 times 3 is 21, 7 times 4 is 28, 7 times 5 is 35, 7 times 6 is 42. And we have covered all the numbers, all the answer choices here. And the one number that appears in the times table for 7 is 28. So 28 is a multiple of 7 because it is 7 times 4. So you pick this, 28 is the correct answer. So this question is a bit more challenging than the others. And it says, what is the least common multiple of 14 and 28? Well, to answer the question, we have to list out the multiples of 14. And then we also have to list out the multiples of 28 and see where we go and see what we get. So if we list out multiples of 14, we get 14, 28, 42, and 56. And then you can get more. If you list out multiples of 28, you get 28, 56, and 84. And then you can get more if you have time. But we're looking for the smallest one that is common to both 14 and 28. Well, it's not 14, but it looks like 28 is the smallest number that is common between 14 and 28. So we'll just go with 28. So this is the process for finding the least common multiple. Is just list out the times table for 14, list out the times table for 28, and then you pick the smallest number from that list. And in this case, it just happened to be 28. And what makes it be 28 is that, well, 14 goes into both 28 and 14. So yeah, that's why this one's a bit easier. What is the least common multiple of 3 and 4? Well, we just list out the multiples of 3 and 4. Okay, so multiples of 3 are just the times table for 3. So it's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and so on. And then multiples of 4 are 4, 8, so it's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, and so on. So if we're looking for the least common multiple, we're just going to search through both lists until we find a number that's in both lists, but that's like the smallest number that's in both lists. Well, none of these are in both lists, but 12 is in the list for the multiples of 3, and also 12 is in the list for the multiples of 4. So the least common multiple of 3 and 4 is 12. And this is the process for finding the least common multiple of 3 and 4. It's just you list out the times table for each one of them, and then you find the smallest number that is in both lists. Oh, so this is a fun problem. It says Josh and Steven are participating in a walkathon at a country club track to raise money. Josh can walk around the track in 5 minutes. Steven can walk around the track in 4 minutes. So 4 and 5 minutes. Josh and Steven started walking at the same time. How many minutes will it be until they complete a lap at the same time? So if we just look at Steven can complete his walk in 4 minutes, okay? And Josh can complete his walk in 5 minutes. So Josh takes 5 minutes. So if we just write out the times that, so after 5 minutes, so this is for Josh. After 5 minutes, Josh will complete his first lap. After 10 minutes, he completes his second. After 15 minutes, he completes his third. After 20 minutes, he completes his fourth. And after 25 minutes, he does his fifth. And after 30 minutes, he does his sixth lap. And for Steven, so after 4 minutes, he does his first lap. After 8 minutes, he does his second. 12, he does his third. 16, he does his fourth. 20, he does his fifth. And 24, he does his sixth. And then we just look at, so if they started at the same time, it looks like after 20 minutes, they will both be completing their laps. And the way to have found this is, to have thought about this, is to have just said, you're looking for the least common factor of 5 and 4. So you're looking for the least common factor of 5 and 4 because they complete these laps in this fixed amount of time, and they'll be at the same place when their times are like the least common factor of how long it takes each of them to complete. Okay, good. So you go ahead and pick this. 20 is when they both are the same time, at the same place at the same time. Well,